Welcome to the Epcotian Adventure,
a podcast where we talk about all things Disney, but we're Epcot-centered.
including tips and tricks, festivals and favorites, and the very latest in our rankings and reviews.
But we're still old enough to remember when Dad would take us to Country Bear Jamboree, because the older siblings were on Haunted Mansion.
This is episode 111, the top 5 Disney dads.
Or, apparently Disney animated films is a very dangerous place to be a dad.
So now please remain seated, keeping your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the podcast as we embark on our Epcotian adventure.
We call it Epcot.
Howdy folks, and welcome to episode 111 of the Epcotian Adventure. I'm Rod.
And I'm Sue.
And happy Father's Day, y'all!
Happy Father's Day to all the dads out there.
I mean, technically that was yesterday, but
close enough.
You kind of get it.
You can still be happy.
We told you at the end of the top 5 moms that we would do a top 5 dads, so here we are, talking about the top 5 Disney animated film father figure dad type people.
Characters. And stuff.
So you're right. This is a really dangerous place to be because there's not a lot of Disney dads, it seems like, compared to moms.
Even the moms, like Disney parents in general, man, it must be tough out there because there's a lot of orphans.
Oh.
And single parent households.
But that makes for good storytelling.
It does. And that is like the basic tenet of a storyteller. That's how you create your hero, is you isolate them first. So
yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Yeah, you isolate them and then they have to fight through stuff on their own. So that's why Disney has so many great heroes. And then you give them a good sidekick.
Mushu, we're looking at you.
So let's go over the basic rules. What are we doing?
We're doing the top 5 Disney dads. We're going to rank them from 5 to 1. And we're going to be having lists that we created that we haven't seen yet. So like we did with the mom episode, we're going to be hopefully coming up with some unique answers here and explaining why that these are the top 5 dads. At the end, we'll do a couple honorable mentions, of course, because there will be some crossover here, I'm sure. And we have some bad dads.
Because there are some of those, too.
There's definitely some bad dads. I think there's more bad dads than good dads, it seemed like, in the list I was putting together.
There are some doozies out there. And we should also specify, as always, we have not seen each other's lists. So therefore, we may have some crossover, we may have some duplicates, and we may be going out of order a little bit, depending on what happens. So bear with us.
Well, do you want to start this one? Or
I was trying to remember who started. I think I started moms, so you start dads.
We'll start. Okay, I'll start. So my number 5 top dad from the Disney animated films is Fa Zhu from Mulan. This guy is willing to go to war for his family. I just think any father that's willing to sacrifice himself for his family, that's a good dad.
And the way they portray his character is so beautiful. It's so touching.
And honorable.
The greatest gift and honor is having you for a daughter.
Yes.
I love that about that character.
Absolutely. My only hesitation with him, just to throw my own 2 cents in there, is the beginning of the film where they're trying to make Mulan fit into this mold that she very clearly does not fit into. And that's not his fault. That's not the mom's fault. That's just the culture that they're living in. So
yeah, good point.
It's hard to fault him for that. And I think you're right. He is a phenomenal father for wanting to protect his family at all costs.
What is your number 5?
My number 5, I'm going to go to 101 Dalmatians and choose Pongo.
Oh, Pongo's such a great daddy.
When we did Disney Moms, I was 100% convinced that Perdita had to be in my top 5. Even in my top 2, I think she ended up my number 2 choice. But when we started actually going through the film, she wasn't as predominant as Pongo. Pongo was the leader of that family for sure. Yes, she was a great mom. She raised those 15 pups and then ended up raising 98 pups. So she still gets kudos for that. But Pongo led the charge. He made the decision to go cross-country to find their puppies, to ultimately adopt the new ones.
Birdie, we'll take them home with us. All of them. Our pets would never turn them out.
And create this Dalmatian plantation, which was up to Roger, of course. But the human got to make the choice.
Well, not to throw a wrench in that, but your math is off. It's actually 99 plus 2 is 101.
I don't math. Okay.
Sorry.
Hang on. I do have a justification for this. In the movie is based on a book by Dodie Smith. I adore the book. In the book, the actual couple is Pongo and Mrs. They come across another adult Dalmatian mom whose name is Perdita. So there are 98 pups. In the movie, they decided to unclutter that, got rid of Mrs., made Perdita Pongo's mate, and there were 99 pups. So in my justification,
okay,
in the book
you.
version, there are 98 pups. And I don't math.
That's a solid choice. All right.
But Pongo got my number 5 spot, is the short story. All right, Rod, give us your number 4.
My number 4 is Chief Benja from Raya and the Last Dragon.
Wow, great choice.
He teaches Raya to see the good in people and that unity is the key. And it's so true. He sacrifices himself for his family. It's just, I just think it's a very touching story that gets overlooked sometimes as a father, that he literally lets himself be turned to stone to protect Raya.
Raya, don't give up on them. I love you, my Tudra.
And I just love that.
I also love that he trains her from very early on. He doesn't go easy on her. He trains her like a soldier, but still treats her like a daughter. And I think that is beautiful.
Okay, so what was your number 4?
My number 4 is going to go to one who does not get a ton of screen time. And again, being a Disney dad is hard job. So this is going to go to James from The Princess and the Frog. He was a fantastic dad to Tiana. He loved her so much. He loved Eudora. His family was everything to him. And again, like we were just talking about with Raya, he took the time to begin training her as a child. He saw the interest that she had in what he did, which was cooking. And he didn't just say get out of the kitchen. He didn't say this is a job for grown-ups. He let her not only learn at his side, but contribute and participate. And from that grew her own love of cooking and starting the restaurant, which was his dream. And she took that dream on her own and made it her own and eventually started her own restaurant and became an entrepreneur.
Yes, you wish and you dream with all your little heart. But you remember, Tiana, that old star can only take you part of the way. You gotta help it along with some hard work of your own. And then, yeah, you can do anything you set your mind to.
And I just love that she got that from that fantastic father-daughter relationship.
So now I have to shuffle mine because James was definitely in my top list, but that's okay. So my number 3 is going to be Goofy. This is an odd one, but think about it. Goofy, from the Goofy movie, takes Max on the road trip of a lifetime. Now, Max is a little apprehensive about wanting to go, but by the time they're done, the father-son bond is so strong.
You're my son, Max. No matter how big you get, you'll always be my son.
He's also, I'm going to go, Goofy is on my list as well.
Oh, I
Yep.
thought that was going to be a unique one.
I think he's overlooked because in the traditional Fab Five, he's just Goofy. But when you see the Goofy movie and you get that relationship with Max, he is an absolutely stellar father. And he's a single dad. We have no idea who the mom is, but the single dad, he puts his son through school. He lets him pursue his dreams.
We made it! Come on, Max. Let's get you on stage.
He puts his son first.
He takes him fishing. He goes all out to form a great relationship with his son, and it is a beautiful, beautiful story.
Now, current Goofy, we need to have a intervention with, because I think there might be some drugs involved. Not quite sure what happened. Scary. But yeah.
I love the new cartoons. I really do. I love the style. I think it's fun. I think it's a little bit frantic, but in a good way. But Goofy got the short end of that stick.
Here's my thought for the next Goofy movie. Return to Potato Land. That would be awesome.
And he could go to Potato Land with Max.
Yeah, exactly. So, who is your number 3?
My number 3 is going to be from Beauty and the Beast, and I chose Maurice.
Oh, good choice.
It's a tough one because he is the first victim in the story. He gets kidnapped, imprisoned by the Beast, and Belle comes to save him. Now, in this exchange, he doesn't just walk away and say, oh my gosh, what a terrible thing. I've lost my daughter. No. He goes all out. He does everything within his power to get her back. He faces down the terrifying beast that they don't know. He tries to get support in the town. He tries to get Gaston on his side. Not only does he go to all ends to get her back once she's imprisoned, but in the beginning of the story, he is so supportive of her. He, again, single father. A Disney movie is a tough place to be a parent.
Yeah.
So he's a single parent. He's raising his daughter on his own. She's in this town that doesn't accept her, and he fully accepts her. He never tries to fit her into some mold. He never tries to make her into something else so that she'll fit in with others in the town. He just absolutely accepts her for who she is.
Papa, do you think I'm odd?
My daughter? Odd? Where would you get an idea like that?
For that reason, for all those reasons, he made my number 3 spot.
Well, my number 2 is going to be Crush.
Ooh,
from Finding
good
Nemo.
Call.
He is an awesome and righteous dad. He goes out of his way to encourage his kids to explore the world around them and to take chances. And I love that. He wants them to be independent, but they're still his kids. And he supports them with everything they do. I mean, his relationship with Squirt reminds me of what I just talked about with Goofy and Max. And again, single dad raising hundreds of kids. Because if you go to Turtle Talk with Crush, you'll find out there's a lot of kids here, actually.
Or there's Squirt, he is my youngest. And then there's Sheldon and Shelby and me, Shell, and her Shell, and your Shell, and Trish Shell, and Shellal Ding Dong. Got the twins, Bill and Ted, Sean, Wayne and Garth, the triplets, Mary Kay and Ashley. Got the teenagers, Michelangelo, Leonardo, Donatello, Raphael. There's John, Paul, George, and Ringo. Got Jerry, George, Elaine, Kramer, Newman. There's Michael, Jan, Jermaine, Tito, Latoya, and the turtle formerly known as Prince. Got Ross, Rachel, Phoebe, Monica, Chandler, and Joey. These are like really good friends. Got Bo, Larry, Curly, and Shemp. And then there's Crush Jr., 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 Crush Jr.
But Squirt gets, I don't know if he just gets the best roles, but as far as the movies go,
he had a better agent.
Squirt. Yes, exactly. So Crush is my number 2.
That's a great choice. I hadn't even thought of Crush, and you're right. He is a great dad. I love how he encourages Squirt to explore.
Whoa! That was so cool! Hey, Dad, did you see that? Did you see me? Did you see what I did?
You so totally rock, Squirt! So give me some fin. Noggin. Dude.
That's great. My number 2 is Goofy. So we just talked about Goofy, his relationship with Max, particularly in the Goofy movie. So if you haven't seen that one, it wasn't like a wide release or anything. So if you haven't seen that one, you really should watch it. And especially with Father's Day having just passed, put this one on, watch it with the fam. You won't regret it.
Yeah, my number 2 originally was James from Princess and the Frog, for the reasons you mentioned. And we talked about her mom, Tiana's mom, in the Moms episode, and really is a family unit. It's one of my favorite Disney family units. So
I love that.
My number 1, Mufasa.
Oh, good
From The
one.
Lion King. He is the most hands-on and supportive dad, I think, in Disney history. At least in my opinion, I think he's the most amazing Disney dad. The whole...
A king's time as ruler rises and falls like the sun. One day, Simba, the sun will set on my time here and will rise with you as the new king.
Yeah, that one right there. That states it all.
I love that scene. I love that character. That's a great choice.
Yeah.
Again, not a huge amount of screen time because of reasons that we won't talk about, but I do love that he does the Star Wars thing and comes back.
Yeah. Who knew?
Oh, so good. My number 1 is going to kind of piggyback off of your number 3. because I am going with Marlin as my number one.
Oh.
So this is Nemo's dad in Finding Nemo.
Such a solid choice.
He doesn't start off being as supportive as he could, but he has very good reasons for that. In the beginning of the film, when Coral is unalived, and all of the children, except for the one egg, like all of them are gone, and he's only got Nemo left, that is a devastating beginning to a life. So Marlin takes that and turns into this completely overprotective, don't try anything, don't try new things, stay close to home. But then the journey he takes, and he goes all the way, literally across the world, to get his one son back. And it is a beautiful, beautiful journey. And the things that he learns, particularly from Crush, but also from the fish in the tank, and he learns from the bird, from Nigel the bird, and he learns from Dory, of course, and they just go on this journey, and he learns so much and just becomes this wonderfully supportive, adventurous, but still practical dad. And I love his story, and I love his journey that he takes.
Love you, Dad.
I love you too, son.
Dad, you can let go now.
Sorry. Now go have an adventure.
So that was my number one, was Marlin.
Great choice. So the winners of this ranking are Mufasa and Marlin. I like
love
that.
it. Who were your honorable mentions?
My honorable mention is Geppetto.
Oh,
Pinocchio.
good one.
He's not really the dad. He's more of the creator. So
I mean, that's kind of a dad.
But he tries to instill honesty and responsibility in Pinocchio. Pinocchio rebels and ends up on Pleasure Island, and we all know what happens at Pleasure Island. They tear it down and build Disney Springs, of course.
Exactly,
and,
yeah.
That's a great story right there. That'll keep you on the grounded side of life. Yes. How about you?
That's a good one. Mine, I actually had Mufasa as a honorable mention, because you can't not mention Mufasa when you're talking about dads. But I also had Baloo. And this is kind of
that's a good
hot take.
Yeah, is he the father, or is he just the big brother?
It's almost,
character?
Bagheera's probably a closer father figure, and he was actually raised by, I believe it's Ramu?
The wolf family.
I can't remember his name now. The wolf. So he actually did have other father figures, but Baloo kind of takes on that role of guiding him and teaching him and helping him survive, ultimately, in the forest. And so it's sort of a fatherly role, but I thought he deserved a mention.
Well, let's talk about the bad dads.
Bad dads.
These are the ones that you're wondering, how did they ever have kids? So my first bad dad is Pete. Now, I know in the Goofy movie, he's actually not a bad dad. He's a little better dad, but the fact that he's got kids and Pete is a bad guy. I mean, come on.
Peg-leg Pete.
Peg-leg Pete really shouldn't be a dad.
It's true.
He redeems himself in the Goofy movie. That's why I'm still labeling him a bad dad, but it depends on which version of Pete that you see. He's just not a great role model.
I'm going to be real for a second. And when you said Pete, I instantly went to Pete's Dragon.
Oh.
And I was very confused. But I'm with you now.
Okay. Yeah, he was a little young to have kids, I would hope.
I mean, he found Elliot, so maybe he's the father figure.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, wrong Pete.
Well, my first bad dad is, both of mine are probably controversial here. But I am going to say my first one is going to be the Sultan.
He's on my list too.
Is he? Okay,
yes,
good.
For the same reasons, I have a feeling.
Because,
go ahead.
Ultimately, we talked about this with Mulan a little bit, where they try to make her fit a mold. And the Sultan does this, but to the extreme. Here's the difference. The Sultan can change the law.
Dearest, you've got to stop rejecting every suitor who comes to call. The law says you must be married to a prince by your next birthday.
The law is wrong.
Exactly.
He finally figures it out at the end, so we'll give him kudos for that. But the whole film could have been avoided by him just going, you know what? I'm trying to force these guys on you. Forget it. You are capable. Here's your kingdom.
Well, I'm sorry. He does not choose his friends wisely.
No.
Jafar? Excuse me?
Well, I mean, he
Come
had the
on.
whole snake thing. Like, he He hypnotized him.
He was his advisor. He was his friend.
But what if he hypnotized him to get that role? We don't know.
We don't
know
know that we know that far back. That's a good point.
But yeah, he's definitely questionable and could have made much better choices as a father.
Well, my other bad dad comes from Jedi Master Bob in Missouri. Thank you for weighing in on this with us. And his suggestion for a bad dad is Darth Vader.
Oh my!
Now, Darth Vader.
Now, this is not an animated film. We are choosing only animated films.
Darth Vader appears in the animated Lego Star Wars films. So it's not one of the traditional Disney ones. So I'm going to give this to him. Thank you again, Jedi Master Bob, for your recommendation on this. But you're right. Come on.
That's a pretty bad dad.
It takes the kid almost dying for him to go, oh, I should be a dad now.
Maybe I'll step in.
Yeah, here, let me help you from not dying and being fried by the Emperor.
Wow. And so bad that from the very beginning, they had to hide the kids. He didn't even know he had twins.
The Emperor has been expecting you.
I know, Father.
So, you have accepted the truth.
I've accepted the truth that you were once Anakin Skywalker, my father.
That name no longer has any meaning for me.
But yeah, that's disturbing. Good choice on that one. So my second bad dad, again, a bit of a hot take, but I'm going to go with King Stefan.
Really? Aurora's dad?
Aurora's dad from Sleeping Beauty.
Okay.
And
tell me why.
Again, not a huge amount of screen time. I'm going to start with a very specific reason, and that is because when Aurora is a baby, he betroths her to Prince Philip. She's a baby. Yes, yeah. I understand there are royal obligations. There are royal ties. This was tradition.
But he could change the laws too.
But ew.
Like the Sultan.
You don't do that.
No.
You just don't. And the fact that he did not invite Maleficent caused the entire thing to blow up.
I really felt quite distressed at not receiving an invitation.
You weren't wanted.
Not what? Oh dear, what an awkward situation.
Like, just shoot her a pity invite. You know, it's okay.
It's like Thanksgiving with the family, you know?
Right. So,
everybody
for those reasons, he went on my bad dad list.
Well, I had one last one. I'll just throw this in there. But Bambi's dad, the great prince of the forest. Oh, hey, yes. By the way, your mom just died. You should go grow up somewhere, and I'm going to just walk away.
And good luck with that.
Yeah, good luck with that.
That was pretty bad. That was a bad dad.
Well, folks, there's our top 5 Disney dads. And again, happy Father's Day from the Epcotian Adventure. We hope you all had a great one, and let us know who your favorite Disney dads are down in the comments.
And your least favorite Disney dad, because those are always just fun.
Before we go, we'd like to give a big thank you to our theme music composer, Jason Patrick Rowan, whose music is licensed to Pond 5, all the dads out there, and of course, thank you, Phoenicians.
Thank you, Phoenicians. And don't forget to rate, review, like, share, and subscribe. It really does help other people find us. You can find us on social media, on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, and wherever you listen to podcasts.
The Epcotian Adventure is a $1,000 brunch production and a proud gold member of D23. Thanks for joining us today for episode 111 of the Epcotian Adventure. I'm Rod.
And I'm Sue.
And we'll see you in line.
Bye.
Thank the Phoenicians.
I'm sorry, I have to find out where my dog is. Molly, where'd you go, honey? What are you doing under there? Oh, you sweet girl, come up here where we can see you.
That was so cute.
Oh my word. Malls, you make us laugh.
Okay, here we go.